Head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Herm Edwards, joining us now on SportsCenter. And Coach, thanks for making time with us. Are you driving Leah and your daughters nuts right now?
No, I'm still coming to work, believe it or not. And we're preparing, obviously, to get back to practicing and doing what football coaches do. There's a lot of work still to be done when you think about the practice schedules, as far as training camp, all those things. Now they've been adjusted some, as everybody has to adjust in the situation we're in right now. But I haven't driven them crazy yet. She kicks me out of the house in the morning. I can only come back in the afternoon, so I'm good.
At least you go back and forth between home and work right across the street there. What did you tell your team when it became apparent that the decision was made to stop spring football?
Well, to be cautious, live your life thinking of others, obviously, especially some of the guys that went home, with their parents or their grandparents, wherever they may be, and to make sure that we have to be the keepers of people that are older than us now. And that's important, and to make sure that you continue to learn football, and we're having the ability now to do some things with our players. The Pac-12 has allowed that, so we're doing a little bit of that, but also to reflect, to reflect on you as a person right now, and the fact you have all this downtime, and when something is taken away from you, you can reflect. And I think for most of these guys, they're figuring out now 3 weeks of not participating or being around the facility, they're missing football.
You're a head coach, and you guys are so used to staying in contact with your team. How are you and the rest of the Arizona State coaches staying in contact with the players?
Well, the great thing is everyone has one of those phones. And I always say don't press send, but I'm pressing send a lot because I'm actually texting all my players. I'm trying to go through the process of reaching all of them by the end of the week. And just giving them some words of encouragement, just checking on them and their families to make sure they're doing okay. So we're in constant communication with our players, and I think the players, they like hearing from the coaches, and we like hearing from the players as well.
The NCAA, this has kind of affected things from on the field and off the field. The NCAA says no in-person recruiting, at least until April 15th. So, Herm, how has this affected your approach to recruiting during this time?
Well, we have a Sparky Hour. Where our staff sits in an auditorium and we actually text out to the players, and the players call us, and we have communication with them. They're allowing us to do that, and it's quite a scene. I'm talking to all these guys, and they get to visit with our coaches, and so we call it Sparky Hour, where we actually take some time to visit with some of the guys that we're going to recruit.
We were talking about it this morning, and I find you have an interesting perspective with all of this because you were the Jets coach on 9/11, which was obviously a national crisis. This has often been compared to it in terms of a landmark moment of change. For you, in terms of handling both crises with your players, what's been your approach?
My approach is to stay calm and understand that they're going to get a voice from their head coach, knowing what we're going to do and where we're headed. And don't listen to all the noise outside the building where people are trying to tell you what's going on. I have more information than anybody, in the fact that I'm always dealing with the Pac-12 people and dealing with our AD. So we kind of know the situation we're in, and we're always going to keep our players, abreast of the situation. So that's how we're trying to handle it here.
And when they're not with you, because I know coaches are like, when my players aren't with me, I get a little bit concerned. Do you feel as though the connectivity with cell phones and stuff helps you feel that at least you're keeping an eye on these kids that are quite honestly 18 to 22 years old? They're still kids.
Yeah, we're all connected, and I think that's the magic of the ability to have the iPhone. And obviously, now you can Zoom, you can talk to players, they can talk to you, they can call you. So, that's the uniqueness of it all. I mean, we can still stay connected even though we're far apart. So we use it to our, to our abilities to get in contact with our players for sure. That's one thing the coaches do. They reach out to their players every day and have a conversation with them.
Hey, Herm, proud of you with the FaceTime. Didn't think you had it in you, but you nailed it. Also 2-0 against Arizona. Even more proud of you for that. Herm Edwards, head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils, with us here on SportsCenter. Thank you, Coach. Miss you.
Appreciate you, my man. And tell everybody I said hello back there at the Worldwide Leader.
Will do.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.